refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back to Junior CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm back with another one. This time, we're here to talk Maction. We're here to talk about Maction, which starts in about 40 minutes. Also, the R2L Show starts in about 40 minutes. So, I'm going to make this quick. I mean, it's only 5 games, so we ain't going to be here too long. Michigan State play at 6:30, so let's go. We're going to get it done. Shout out to my boy Tomo in the comments. He said, hashtag blame Wale, hashtag no. We are not. So, before I get started, though, I'm going to run through the shows real quick because I just went through them earlier, probably not even an hour ago. So, we got the main show featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave every Tuesday and Friday, 7 to about 8:30. We have Unfazed featuring Joe and AJ every Tuesday between 9 at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. We got BWT Baseball with Teddy. We got FFC Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. We got RBO Real Ballers Only featuring Vaughn. We got Dave's Doghouse. And we got In the Red Corner featuring Ty, Ricky, and Tomo. So those are the shows on the network. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you like what you're listening to, stick with us. Now, let's get started with this Maction. And we're going to start with my first game on here. We got Akron at Bowling Green today at 7 o'clock on ESPNU. Now, crazy how fast the season has gone by because this is Akron's last game of the season. They are currently 4-7, while Bowling Green has one more game. They are currently 3-7. But no bowl games implications on the line. No, nothing. Obviously, no MAC championship game on the line with this one. This is just straight up for the love of the game. Seniors don't want to lose their last game ever in this program. So that's all this game really is. So for Akron, they come into this one. Bowling Green comes into this one 2.5-point favorites. Now, when I said the seniors, that's for Akron because Akron's 4-7. They can't make a bowl game. They're not going to get the 6 wins. So all that was for Akron. Now, like I said, for Akron, got to establish Jordan Gant, the running back. That's going to be huge in this one. Got to get him established. Get off the field on third downs. Pressure Drew Pine, the quarterback for Bowling Green. Force turnovers and get Marcel Williams the ball. Now, for Bowling Green, you want to force turnovers in this ball game. You want to make this a low-scoring game. I do think that fits you more. If Akron's out here putting up a bunch of points, that is more in favor of Akron. You want to hang around late in the ball game. That was key. That was real big in the win against Toledo. And you want to get off the field on third down and protect the football because Drew Pine has 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions on the year. So, got to protect that ball. But my winner, I'm taking the road underdog. I am taking Akron in its final game to get the dub against Bowling Green. Again, I think Akron gets the job done because I think Akron moves the ball down the field and puts up a lot of points, forcing Bowling Green to match them. And Bowling Green's not a team that's going to put up a bunch of points. I believe Bowling Green's a team that wants to play defense and put up points in spurts. Not in spurts. What's a better way to say it? They could put up points here and there, for lack of a better term. But I think Akron's going to put up numbers. Like I said, this is their last game of the season, so they want to go out with a bang. And which way to go out is than to go out on the road as a dog and get a W. So I'm going to take Akron in this game tonight. Next, we have UMass at Ohio. UMass remains defeated. Have not won a game all year. Ohio is still in contention for a MAC championship game. So one person wants to play spoiler. One person wants to stay alive for a chance at the MAC. Ohio comes into this one as 33.5 point favorite. So a huge home favorite. Now, for UMass, they got to contain Parker Navarro. That is the number one thing on everybody's list when it comes to playing against Ohio. You got to contain Parker Navarro. You let him run around all willy-nilly. It's a long day. Oh, I'm on college basketball. Golly. Next, for UMass, you want to get off the field on third downs. You cannot allow Ohio to take clock and score points. If they controlling the clock and scoring points, UMass is in trouble. Forced turnovers. Give yourself some short fields. Maybe you can put up some points because UMass struggle putting up points. It is a problem. Sustain touchdown drives. Can they sustain the drive and put up touchdowns? Can they sustain the drive, period? But let alone, can they put up touchdowns? And you got to stop the run because that is what Ohio loves to do. Now, for Ohio, I'm going to just run through this real quick. You want to score because UMass struggles scoring. So if you put up a lot of points, UMass will struggle. Establish the run because that's what you love to do. Get Chase Hendricks the ball, your best receiver in the slot. End it early. So what I mean by that, if you up 21-0 second quarter, it's a wrap. And prevent miscues. I'm just going off this last damn point. Is like me going off the Browns game. As a Ravens fan, I watched my team almost shoot themselves in the foot enough to lose a game that they needed against the Browns. Ohio cannot fall victim to that in this game. You got to execute at a high rate. Do not come out throwing picks or fumbling or big pass interferences on third downs or, missing field goals, getting punts blocked. Just execute, and you should be fine. And my winner is obviously Ohio. UMass has yet to win a game. Ohio is one of the premier teams in the conference. They're at home. Need I say more? I'm going with Ohio. And if you want to take the minus 33.5, I wouldn't even be mad at you. It moved up to minus 34.5. And I just put this banner in literally 5 minutes ago. But next, we got Western Michigan at Northern Illinois. Now, Western Michigan comes into this one as 7.5 point road favorites. This game is 7 o'clock today on ESPN2. Now, for Western Michigan, score. Yes, another team where I think if they put up a lot of points, they will win. NIU has struggled putting up points all year. The only time they put up points, you guessed it, they played UMass. So Western Michigan, if they do a pretty good job playing points, especially with how good that defense did last week, I think they'll be fine. Run Brock Lowry, who's their leading rusher and passer. Pressure John Hoist, who he's been turning the ball over too. Stop the run and force turnovers. Now, if you're NIU, you got to put up points. It's now or never. Now, granted, you're not making a bowl game, but you're playing spoiler. Western Michigan, they are top of the MAC at 5-1. Northern Illinois is towards the bottom of the MAC at 2-4. They're playing spoiler, and they got to find a way to put up points. Got to contain Brock Lowry's legs, protect the football, establish the run, whether it's Telly Johnson or whoever it is, and get off the field on third downs. But my winner is Western Michigan. Why? Because Northern Illinois struggles to put up points, while Western Michigan has a great defense. I think if Western Michigan put up like 20 points, that is good enough to beat Northern Illinois. I would almost venture to say 17-14, but I'm going to say 20. And Northern Illinois will probably put up somewhere between a touchdown, maybe 10 at the most. And I think Western Michigan just handles business on the road to remain at the top of the MAC conference and all but punch their ticket to a MAC championship game appearance. Now, we move on to Wednesday's games. We got 2 for Wednesday night. And the first game is Miami of Ohio at Buffalo. Buffalo comes into this one as 1.5 point dog, That game is 7 o'clock on ESPN2 Wednesday night, so tomorrow night. And that game has me confused because I'm so confused with Daquan Finn announcing that he stepped away from the team to focus on the NFL draft. Why Miami of Ohio is favored on the road. I am very confused about that, which kind of spoiled who I got winning. But let's get into it. Miami of Ohio, Henry Hassan gets a full week knowing that he's the starter. He gets a full week practicing, full week with the offense. So That's a huge point because last week he was just thrusted into the starting lineup, threw 3 picks. Stop L.J. Henderson, the running back for Buffalo, who's probably one of the best. No, not probably. He is one of the best players on that offense. 4 turnovers. Get Cam Perry the ball, the big playmaker receiver for Miami of Ohio, and contain Taquan Robertson's legs, who does have the ability to run it some. Now, if you're Buffalo, pressure Henry Hassan. Like I said, last week, he threw 3 picks. You want to find a way to get that boy to turn that ball over. Get the ball to L.J. Henderson. Get the ball to Victor Snow and Nick McMillan, your 2 receivers for the Buffalo Bulls. Stop the run because you want Miami of Ohio to have Henry Hassan have to beat you. And last but not least is forced turnovers. Again, it goes hand in hand with pressing him because he had 3 picks last week. But my winner is Buffalo because Daquan Finn stepped away. Now, Miami of Ohio has a really good defense, and that could keep them in the game. But offensively, I'm not sure how that's really going to look with Hassan. Now, I get it. He gets a full week, like I said. But is he turnover prone? Does he take care of the ball? We got questions. With Buffalo, I know pretty much they're going to try to establish L.J. Henderson, and they got 2 receivers that can make plays if need be. And the quarterback, he can run if need be. He's pretty solid. Don't know what I'm going to get out of Hassan. So I'm going to take Buffalo in this matchup. And the last game I have is Central Michigan at -7.5 on the road at Kent State, which Kent State has won a couple straight games. I want to say they won 2 straight. No, they haven't because they lost to Ball State. Then they got the upset one over Akron. So there's that. But Central Michigan is tied atop the MAC. Well, not the first place, but second place with Ohio and Toledo and Buffalo and Miami of Ohio, which again makes no sense why Daquan left. Wow. Kent State is, I want to say, eliminated at 3-3, but a win could possibly help. Who knows? Kent State, they have been in some of these ball games. Now, Toledo, they got whooped. But Kent State, they smacked UMass, which who hasn't? They were in a close one with Buffalo. They just lost by 3 at home. They beat Akron in overtime on the road. And they lost a tough one on the road at Ball State, where Ball State had to score a late game touchdown to win that game. So I think this is actually going to be a good game. Now, for Central Michigan, you got to protect Joe Labas. Joe Labas, the quarterback, you got to have him protected. Pressure Drew DeShields, who had a phenomenal game last week against Akron. 5 touchdown passes, no picks. Establish the run. You want to strike first on the road because Kent State, they can score, but that's not their forte. And make Kent State chase you. Like I said, they can score, but that's not really their forte. Against Ball State, it was super defensive. Akron, I don't think they're really great defensively, so Kent State put up a ton of points. And against Toledo, put up 10 points. Bowling Green, they put up 24. UMass don't count, so we're not going to go there. And Kent State, they put up 28. For Kent State, they got to establish Gavin Garcia, establish the run game. Get Kate Walford the ball, score. You got to find a way to put up points, man. If you can find a way to put up points against Central Michigan and not set them up for success, that'll be huge. Pressure Joe Lobos and protect Drew DeShields. Now, my winner in this one, I was going back and forth with this one. Central Michigan, they've been playing well, absolutely dominated Buffalo. Had a chance in the Western Michigan game, blew out Bowling Green. That one loss to Akron does look suspect. They beat Eastern Michigan. And their other loss in the MAC was to Western and Akron. But I'm going to go with the upset. I took Kent State last week in the upset. I'm taking Kent State this week to beat Central Michigan at home. I think Kent State plays it better at home than they do on the road. Same with Central Michigan. I think they play better at home than they do on the road. So I'm going to trust that Kent State squeezes out a victory against Central Michigan at home. Plus, Central Michigan last week, they were fortunate a lot of Buffalo turnovers. So I'm going to take Kent State in this one. I think Kent State defense has been playing really well of late. I do think Kent State offensively is going to get the job done. And I know you're going to look at the Akron game. Carl, they just gave up 35 points. I know. But I think Kent State does have a pretty good defense. So, and they've been playing inspired football late down the stretch. So if they can somewhat play some type of spoiler and possibly give themselves the delusion that they have a chance, because I think they're done, but there is a little shot in the dark. I think Kent State comes out on top of this matchup. Now, that's all the game we got for the Maction. Y'all go ahead and enjoy that. Like I said, I'm about to go run off and catch this Michigan State-Kentucky game for the Champions Classic. Shout out my boys. Hopefully we get the job done. We got the R2L main show coming up in about 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes around that. So make sure y'all tune in. And then we have Unfazed at 9 o'clock. So make sure y'all tune into that as well. But I'm going to be gone. Actually, before I leave, I'll let y'all know right now if I'm doing a show Friday or not, because Thursdays, I think there's only one game and I'm not interested in it. Let's see. Thursday is Louisiana, Arkansas State. That's a decent game. Arkansas State needs that game to stay alive in the Sun Belt. If they lose, they are eliminated in their division of the Sun Belt, with Southern Miss holding the tiebreaker. Friday, we have Florida State, NC State. The winner of that one, oh, yeah, I'll be back Friday Night Lights for sure. Friday, because we got Florida State, NC State, winner of that makes a bowl game. And then we have Hawaii, UNLV, which if Hawaii wins, I think they all but punch their ticket to the Mountain West Conference Championship games. If UNLV wins, that makes the Mountain West very interesting. No, yeah, Hawaii's 4-2 and UNLV is 4-2. So the loser of this game Friday night, they are eliminated from the Mountain West Conference title game. So that's a game I got to talk about. And it's in UNLV. So we'll be back Friday with Friday Night Lights to discuss. So y'all enjoy the main show. I'm gone. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.